Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Becca. My Instagram is macros and mascara. Wait, scratch that. Changed it. It's fit and balanced. So I just changed the name. This is my next video, my anti-MLM. It is about my time in Optavia. To me, Optavia is one of like the lesser of the evils. I think there are definitely worse companies like It Works, Beachbody, Thrive. To me, there are definitely worse MLMs than Optavia. Optavia is derived from the company Medifast. It has changed its name a couple times over the decades, and now it is Optavia. Optavia is like a Nutrisystem or an Atkins or a Jenny Craig, where you order the food and it gets shipped to you. But unlike Jenny Craig or Nutrisystem, where it's like frozen food that you just put in the microwave, it's powders, bars, shakes, which are powders, soups and pastas. It's basically very heavily processed, and they preach it being very nutritionally balanced, and you get all your vitamins and minerals and all of your nutrition, but it's very heavily processed. There's a lot of processed crap in it. Yeah, you might get some vitamins and minerals, but they want you to eat all of this processed food and then have one lean and green meal, which is protein and veggies. It is very, very strict. It is very, very restricted. It is very, very low calorie. It is anywhere between 1,200 to 1,400 calories, and the highest plan goes up to like 1,800 calories. But again, it is very, very restrictive. Certain plans, they don't want you exercising. Certain plans, you can't have fruit. There's a lot of stuff that they tell you you cannot have on these programs. And yes, you can lose a lot of weight, but you're going to lose a lot of weight fast. And if you don't learn the proper tools and habits to live a life of being lean for life, you're going to rebound. And how they keep you on it is when you gain the weight back, they say, oh, well, you need to go back on the program. And then you're back on the program. But it is also very, very expensive. It runs anywhere between $300 to $500 for a month's worth of food. Now, for me, that is way higher than my grocery budget. Now, of course, I have a baby, so we have to factor in, when you're not factoring in like toilet paper, paper towels, diapers, wipes, all of that stuff, my actual grocery, my food budget is anywhere between $200 and $225. And when you factor in everything else, I try not to go over $250 a month. Now, that's my household budget. A lot of people that I know have a household budget of $125 to $200. Some people are a little bit better off, so they might have a $200 to $300 food budget. And a lot of people cannot afford to spend the $300 to $500 on these programs to then have to go to the store, and you're buying stuff for dinner, you're buying stuff for your kids, you're buying stuff for your husband, your wife, whoever else. And it ends up bumping up your budget anywhere from $600 to $800. And I don't know about you, I cannot afford to spend $800 a month alone on food. Because $800 is food, phone, car insurance, and probably one other bill. Probably either our Wi-Fi internet cable or it's our electric. It factors into utilities. We can basically pay on $800. We can pay almost every bill except for our rent and our car payment, because I just got rid of my Jeep, so we're only down to one on car payment, which is wonderful. But so that's kind of like the overview of what Optavia is. When I was in it, I joined when I was pregnant. A good friend of mine, I'm still friends with her. She is a sweet girl. She is doing very, very well in Optavia. She is a stay-at-home mom, just had a new baby. That's good for her. It wasn't right for me, because, I am certified through IFA with fitness and nutrition. So, and it's not my first rodeo. I've been in the fitness industry for years. I've done trial and error. I've done meal plans. I've done macros. I do focus more on macros and calorie counting than I do like meal plans. But I'm not like sworn off meal plans because for some people it's amazing. I do a little bit of intuitive eating because, I can't track forever because I have a history of an eating disorder. So I'll track for a period of time and then I have to stop. And then if I feel myself slipping, like I can for the most part eat intuitively, but it's not so much intuitive, but it's more mindful of what I'm putting into my body and what I'm eating. It just wasn't a good fit. But I joined when I was pregnant. It was during the summer, and honestly, I made the most money off of Optavia. The couple months that I was in, I was bringing in about $150 a month, which was extra, and it was covering at least one of our bills at that time. I did file my bankruptcy. I am discharged in about 60 days. I kicked out so much debt. Thank God, never going down that route again. So at that time, it did cover a bill or two, and it did kind of give us like a little bit of a cushion between our jobs and everything and prepping for our baby, who is now a year old. He's a year in a couple days. He turned 1 over the weekend. So it was about like $200 to $250, maybe $280, I can't quite remember, to sign up and be a coach. Now, the farther that you get in with Optavia, they want you to take their certified health coach course, which basically gives you a Optavia certification. So then you are basically certified to sell this product. It gives you an entire product knowledge and company knowledge of this product. Do I think that's a good thing to be certified in what you're selling? Absolutely. But when it comes down to it, you're still selling a product. You're still in sales. Now, they're not super huge on wanting you to get coaches, but they definitely do want you to build a team of coaches under you. So they still want you to build that downline, but they mainly just want you to help everybody and anybody possible. You had to message about 50 to 100 people a day. You had to message them and you had to add about 20 new friends a day. And you had to post 5 to 6 times a day. 5 to 6 times a day. You had to have an Optavia post, and then relatable, transparent life posts to relate to other people. That for me was just too much because I post a lot and I share a lot, but if I'm going to share my story, I'm not sharing my story with a purpose to sell anything. If I'm selling something or I'm an affiliate with something, I'm not putting that in that post. If I'm sharing a piece of my story, it's my hope that I can reach someone and that I can help out. And I didn't like feeling like I was doing that to try and get people to be like, oh, I relate to you. I would love to have your help. And then boom, you have a client. It's it's honestly tough to get clients because of the price of the programs, because people definitely look at like a $400 program and go, crap, and I still have to buy other food on top of that. So it is tough, and that's why they do say message 50 to 100 people a day, because the more that you message, the more potential clients that you can get. That just wasn't for me. I post on people's pages for happy birthday. I share people's stuff. I comment on people's stuff. But I can't just message, hey, thanks for adding me, or I saw we had mutual friends, or happy birthday, or I loved that post, or like, you have to basically message them over everything. And I'm on my phone a lot just out of boredom. Honestly, it's out of sheer boredom. I felt like I was constantly on my phone, and it definitely did put a strain in my marriage, for sure, because I was constantly messaging people and constantly adding people. So it definitely did put a strain for a while, to where it's like, you're in sales, you're selling a product, and you want to make sales. You want to get clients. That's great. But I feel like the way that they go about it, that just wasn't for me. I mean, I don't like just messaging random people. Like, if they relate to me and I want to tell them something on like a personal level, then I will message them. Or if somebody messages me, I will respond back. But I can't just message you over absolutely everything under the sun. Oh, do you see my shirt? It's cat on a rocket ship. I got this last year from Walmart. Okay, anyhow. So that was, basically like what we had to do. We had team calls a couple times a week. We had boot camps on the weekends, and we were guilt tripped as coaches. Well, this is how I felt. I felt like we were constantly guilt tripped. Like, don't you want more for your family? Don't you want to work from home or anywhere? Don't you want to quit your 9 to 5? But it ends up being basically a 9 to 5. Now, granted, I don't actually have a 9 to 5. I have a 6 to 9 and a 1 to 5 type of job. That's not my actual times, but it's like 6:30 to 9:30, 1:30 to 5 o'clock or something like that. But you're still working 8 hours a day because you're working like an hour here, an hour there. You're working during the day. So if you're up for 16 hours, you're working 8 to 9 hours of that anyway. You still have a 9 to 5. Like, this is the shit that gets me with these companies. But if it wasn't for corporate businesses, we wouldn't have restaurants. We wouldn't have buildings. We wouldn't have everything that we use. We wouldn't have clothing. Like, even these companies have corporate buildings. Like, I could get on a rant with that. But anywho, so like I felt like we were guilt tripped as coaches. And then if somebody was hemming and hawing about a program, we had to basically guilt trip them, being like, well, don't you want to be healthier? Which is like, the way that I coach, I try and teach balance. I try and teach eat less shit, eat better shit, eat healthy, eat less junk. If you want to have a meal shake to hit your protein or to freaking have a meal, go for it. I will support you. I will absolutely give you my recommendations on products that I personally use and products that I personally like. But I'm sorry, eating bars and powders and shakes and crap like that all day, all processed crap, having one meal with fruits and vegetables, to me, no. You can't just, that, to me, that's not healthy. That's not sustainable, and that's not balanced. So that's basically why I left. I was not burned by the company. My friend did not burn me. It's just, I stopped agreeing with everything of the company. I really don't have anything negative to say about this company other than I feel like, the system is shit. If Optavia just operated as its own, like how Jenny Craig or Nutrisystem does, or if you can open up like how Medifast has a lot of Medifast stores, well, not really stores, but buildings where people go in and want health advice, and you're not telling them to eat this all day, but you're guiding them and they can buy products to implement on the go, wouldn't have an issue. I'd be all for it. But it's more so the system and the fact that they guilt trip you into, well, don't you want a better life with your family? Of course I want a better life for my family. Who doesn't? But realistically, I know, I would never replace my job with a sales job, because sales, commission based, you can have a great month and you can have a shit month. With this, yeah, you can actually make money, but the thing is, if all of your clients quit, there goes all of your money. If your coaches quit, there goes your money. That's the fact of the matter. So these people have to realize that it can go away in an instant. And it's good to have a regular job, a regular job to fall back on, because the fitness industry is growing and evolving so much that a company like Optavia could end or could be obsolete, or they could have to drop everyone and rebrand and start from the get-go as a brand new company. You never know. So it's like these people who are like talking smack on corporate business, like corporate jobs, those that's the real job security. Like I said, if you want to sell or coach through Optavia, that is awesome. You do you. If you love the company, that's cool. It just was not for me. Yes, I did make money, and if I kept up with it, it'd be an awesome side biz for me, because I am in the fitness industry. It's not my first rodeo. I could actually make decent money, but I didn't agree with it. I didn't agree with what we were being told and what we had to do, and I quit. And it was actually like about a month or so ago, or maybe it was a couple months ago over the summer, I got an email saying that because I was inactive for so long, I dropped down to just a regular client for my friend who is my upline, who is my coach. So just like one of those things where it's like I said, I don't truly really have anything against this company. It's just I didn't agree. I felt like we were guilt tripped, and I felt insanely pressured. Like if you didn't hit 50 or 100, you were being lazy. You were doing something wrong. You weren't working hard enough. No, it's called I have a life, and I have a regular job, and I have other responsibilities. I can't be on my phone 24/7. I've got a driving job. If I am on my phone when I'm driving, I will get fired. Fact of the matter. So that was just my story with Optavia. If you are with this company, let me know your thoughts. If you are a client with this company, let me know your thoughts. Let's have some healthy discussion, because I don't hate the company, but I don't quite agree with it all at the same time. So I'm kind of like in the middle with this company. So, and then my last video will just wrap everything up. And then we'll move into my prepartum, my postpartum journey, and kind of make a little series like that. Make sure to give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye!